actually they are not ready to acknowledge the trade union rights. So it means whatever issue is there, okay, that will be a housing issue or a salary issue, whatever is there, you go by the law of the land. That is what the workers are demanding. You come and have a dialogue with that. What is the thing that if the management is saying that they don't have profit or whatever is there, they have to put it before the workers. So that is that they are not ready. They don't want any union and they don't want a CITU union. CITU is one of the central trade unions which is recognized by the government of India, which is functioning under the Trade Unions Act, which we could gain the working class of India during even the British period. So that means there is a difference between the working class organizations and others. This is under a legal framework. So the collective bargaining rights of the working class is legally, not only in the constitution, every section is having a right, but this is legally bound. The government and the employers are bound to have a recognize the collective bargaining rights of the working class. So here the CITU is also one of the central trade unions, which and what we distinguish, we say that it is a class oriented working class movement. That means all trade unions may not be means that kind of every time. We will never compromise on the workers' rights, and also we see the larger interest of the society as a whole also, which is very much interlinked with the interest of the working class. And the CITU was formed in 1970, departing from the other trade union, mainstream trade union. We have parted, but with a slogan of unity and struggle. So that question was right, that okay, you are splitting a trade union and forming another and giving a slogan of unity. The unity is for the class interest. It is not for just that okay, everybody will be together. It is mainly for that. That is the distinguish what we distinguish ourselves. That is the interest of the class. To end all kinds of exploitation and discrimination in the society is the declared aim of the CITU as per its constitution. So that it's not only that the wage and working condition of the workers which are coming under the Trade Union Act, means the vast section of the unorganized sector, many are, there is no clarity between the employer and employee relation, and now it is getting much more vague in much new sections also, like the gig workers or the platform based workers. They all came that they are all stakeholders, partners and all, they're named, but we want to expose that employer-employee relation also, and then those sections also be unionized, and in the larger interest of the society, the other exploited sections like the farmers and everybody's question also we raise, and we not only that the secular democratic culture of our nation, and also you see that the exploitation and discrimination based on gender, caste, ethnicity, regional language, all those things we are fighting against. While all the trade unions fight for the right of the workers within the legal framework, of course, what we see is that the end of exploitation will take place by the changing, means all the exploitation in the society will end. So that means we believe that only by changing the society, within this society and within the particular current legal framework, there cannot be any end of exploitation or discrimination. So what we believe is that only by transcending this society to an exploitation free society, where the means of production will be owned by those who are producing. The producing class will own the means of production. It is as per the constitution of the CITU. So that I think that is which is distinguishing the CITU from the other trade union. But now what is happening is that the open loot of the and exploitation which is happening in the country. The public resources are totally siphoned off to the corporates in different names. The public sector is being handed over in the name of national monetization pipeline or so, different names. And also the labor laws are being changed, the labor codes have been implemented, so the basic rights where the exploitation means you cannot say that there will be some minimum norms, that is human rights. The 8-hour work is a human right, and then having minimum wage is a human right, it is a minimum. So these things are being done away with. That is the basic question which is coming up. And that there now old section, the so called white collar jobs, this is what happened in Pune recently with a girl in the much renowned EY company. So the kind of exploitation, they are extracting the entire energy of the people, it is inhuman. That kind of an inhuman exploitation is coming up, and the people are realizing. And the kind of wealth concentration by the corporates, like these 5 companies are owning almost 80% of the India's wealth. So that kind of and means yesterday some statistics came that 23 crore of Indians are in absolute poverty. So that kind of a disparity also is increasing. In that, people are realizing much more, and they are coming to get unionized also. That is what exactly as you suggested, that these struggles which is happening in the organized sector, in the multinational companies. Earlier means there was a public conceptualization that they are means okay, well settled, they are highly earning and all. So there the kind of labor relations which they recent, particularly this BJP rule government, BJP government has reframed that in their labor relations also. So there the total contractualization in different names. So that means your minimum wages are also not applicable to these people, and the 14 to 16 hours work, and this is what is happening. And the basic trade union rights are totally denied. So they are in these multinationals, they are allowed to functioning as per their own laws. So if a Japanese company can have a Japanese territory in India, in areas of these industrial belts or special economic zones and all, their Indian laws will not be applicable, their laws can be applicable. That kind of a democratic rights violation also is happening even now in India. There it is much more relevant to have the trade union rights. And the positive things are is that the people are coming out and getting unionized for apprenticeship. Now latest in the last budget also, which is that the Prime Minister so called skill development program, it is the trainees. The trainees, and the trainees payment will be made by the government. So it is an open loot for the employers, that you can have, the government will pay the trainees and you can exploit them to 14 hours or 16 hours or whatever is there. So the Samsung, and not only Samsung and Foxconn, in other sectors also, other companies also, in Toyota, in Volvo, this in many places they are getting unionized and coming for the struggles. The struggles happened during the last few years also. So in the coming days it will be increasing. That there are scientific studies which has proven that the productivity will increase with the implementation of the existing norms of the working hours and the labor laws and the good bargaining right. Wherever it is there the productivity is increasing. But what they are doing is that inhuman exploitation, means they don't care for the workers, they are alive or not, because there is unemployment and you will get other set of workers. So this is only because of this inhuman exploitation this kind of unrest happens. Otherwise, if you are agreeing to the working class rights, it's the law of the country. So it is not only the Indian monopolies are also not doing any better. They are also monopolies and they have their factories outside the country and they do the same thing in the other countries. So this is what we feel is that the laws are for the betterment of the society. It is a modern advanced society. So they have to recognize the trade union rights and they have to go by the scientific norms of what makes a minimum wage, what the calorie intake, what is a modern society, the necessities. It's all based on that scientific facts that the laws of the land is made, and the social security, the maternity benefit, everything is for a better human society, all the laws of the land. So they have to respect that, they have to implement that. It's a legal binding, nothing out of their means charity or anything. These are the minimum things they have to abide by the law. Otherwise it may not be good for the country, and no investment will be coming for this kind of exploitation. It is only for their profiteering, and there is no increase in the manufacturing sector, no investment that way. It's only to take the money from the government, and then there is no increase in that kind of a production thing also, which is there in the statistics which is available. So what we feel is that for the future of the country, the right of the democratic rights of the people has to be respected.